Hello everybody, Ben Woodruff here with another Falconry video. Today's video I'm going to be talking about Oriental Hobbies. Oriental Hobbies are beautiful birds. They're really unique, and they're a species that are related to the entire hobby clan. This clade hobbies are very unique, and I made a video about all the different hobby falcons that there are. I have a link down below to that video. The video you're about to see is clipped from that video. So if you want to see the whole full-length version, just go ahead and hit the link down below. But other than that, let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about Oriental Hobbies. The Oriental Hobby is another pretty standard looking hobby, but again, it's smaller than a Eurasian hobby. It lives in India, China, and Indonesia, and where it lives, it's got a wide range of food sources. Size-wise, this is a bird that is normally about 168 grams to 249 grams. Now that size range, remember with birds of prey, the females are always larger than the males. So it's a pretty small bird. Again, it's somewhat comparable in size to a merlin, but it's a much more buoyant bird than a merlin is. This is a very agile, very maneuverable bird. The first years, like most hobbies, are very streaked. They have long streaks on them, and then the adults turn a deep, ridiculously deep, intense, beautiful red. They hunt birds, and they hunt insects, and especially they hunt bats. Now, a lot of their range is very hot and very humid, which can be quite oppressive. And so one of the things that you have is that this is a species that is almost crepuscular. Crepuscular is nocturnal is when you hunt in the night. Diurnal is when you hunt in the day. Crepuscular is when you like to hunt at dawn and dusk. A little bit before and after dawn, a little bit before and after dusk. That is how the Oriental Hobby usually is. Now, part of that could be because that is when its prey comes out, because this is, again, an active bat hunter. But also, that could also be because of the hunting, because of the heat and the oppressiveness of the temperature. It's easier to do that when you have not such strong radiation from the sun hitting you. Now, part of why is this bird more colorful? You compare this bird to a Eurasian hobby. A Eurasian hobby has much less pigment. We don't know why this is. I did a video on why so many falcon species are orange, and maybe I'll put a link to that in this. But it's there. One of the things is there's something called Glauger's rule, kind of a dumb name. Glauger's rule finds that similar species, so if you have a species, the closer you get into equatorial and tropical environments, the deeper in red pigments it will get. Both the same species or also related species. And there's part of the theory as to why, when it comes to feathers, is pigmentless feathers are weaker and are more susceptible to damage and to rot from humidity. And so if you're in a tropical environment, having a heavily pigmented feather is a feather that is more likely to last without breaking. Now, of course, birds get a new set of feathers every year. They molt and get new feathers. But again, if you're tackling these oppressive humidity that you can sometimes have, then having deeper red is something you want. So again, we see this with the Oriental Hobby. We see this with the African Hobby. Some of these birds having this deeper red is, again, it's Glauger's rule is the biological term for it. And it is supposedly a way to have a stronger feather. But the Oriental Hobby is an absolutely beautiful bird, a gorgeous bird. Not the biggest of hobbies, but definitely one of the most beautiful ones. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about Oriental Hobbies. The people I know who have seen them in person say they just are as fast and agile as lightning, and absolutely a thrill to watch them hunt in the field. So if you haven't already, if you could hit subscribe, I very much appreciate it. Helps me keep this channel up and going. And as always, happy hawking.